Hello friends, welcome to the introductory session of second PUC English. So in this introductory session, I'm going to give you what we are going to discuss in our forthcoming sessions. We believe that you have done very well in your PUC examinations. Now, with the same intention and with some high aspirations, you will be preparing for your second PUC exams as well. Now, what we are focusing in these sessions is your English language. So, we are going to take care of your English. We have observed that most of our students, be it a science or a commerce or an arts student, they score very well in their core subjects. A science student scores well in mathematics, physics, chemistry. Commerce student scores well in accountancy, business studies, economics, whereas an arts student scores well in history, economics, political science. But when it comes to English, we have seen many students scoring very less. Why is it happening? So let us not discuss the reasons why it is happening. Now our focus is on how you have to score very well in English language too. So besides scoring well in core subjects, we are going to take care of your second PUC English, and as per that we have in this introductory session made some list here which will give you a clear picture of the sessions that we are going to put forth before you. Hello friends, welcome to this new session. So in this session we will discuss active and passive voice. We will not take up immediately the exercises that we have for examinations. So let us first understand what is the meaning of active and passive voice, how they are changed. That we will see later, but it is first important to know what is the meaning of active voice, what is the meaning of passive voice, and then we will have some steps to understand. Accordingly, we will go through that. Now, first one. So, active voice, what the subject does. Normally, in a sentence, you have the combination of subject, verb, object. So, it is subject, it is verb, it is object. What active voice defines? What the subject does. In this sentence, I eat jamuns. What is there in the place of subject? Yes, I. What I do here? I am doing something. I eat. So this becomes secondary. What I do here is important. So what subject does? So I eat jamuns. Jamuns is in the place of object. Now what the subject does? Let me clarify one more example here. I enjoy music. I enjoy music. See here, I is subject, enjoy is verb, and music is object. In this sentence also, we come to know what the subject does. So what I do here, I enjoy music. So I enjoy music is nothing but active voice. I eat jamuns is nothing but active voice. Why we call them active voice? Because the action is done by the subject. Now coming to the second one, passive voice. What is done to the subject? The sentence of active, I eat jamuns, it is jamuns are eaten by me in passive voice. So the object here has become subject. The object of active voice has become the subject in passive voice. That's why what is done to the subject, you please follow me, action is not done by the subject. Action is done in active voice by the subject. But action is not done by the subject in passive voice, but in fact, something is done to the subject. The sentence is not like jamuns are eating me. No, it is not. It doesn't have any sense. If I say jamuns are eating me, sentence may be right, but it does not have any sense. But something isn't. So what has been done to the jamuns? Jamuns are eaten by some person. So subject is not doing anything. Simple. Subject is a doer in active voice. Subject is not a doer in passive voice. In a simpler term again, subject does something in active voice. Subject does not do something in passive voice. So something is done to the subject is passive voice. What subject does is active voice. So I eat jamuns. Jamuns are eaten by me. So later I will explain you why this preposition by, why this me, that we will definitely discuss in detail. I had also told you that in the examination we may come across some conversations, and the conversations include not only one kind of sentence. A conversation of around 4 to 5 sentences may have assertive sentence, may have interrogative sentence, may have an imperative sentence. So it may have any one of these including. So let's see, I have on the board some 2 conversations, dialogues. Number 1 here. It is taken from second PUC textual lessons. See, Don Gonzalo, I am fond of good verses. I composed some in my youth. It is assertive sentence. Then Laura says, were they good ones? Interrogative sentence beginning with helping verb. Then Gonzalo, why do you ask me such a question? Here also it is interrogative sentence beginning with WH word. Then Laura, don't be angry. Again imperative sentence. So assertive, 2 kinds of questions, then imperative. We have already discussed all these things. Now if in the conversation, if you have such questions, how to? We will just we'll have a look at that. Let's see. First one. Don Gonzalo. So here we have 2 persons conversing. We have to use told, reported, asked according to the tone of the sentence. The first one is assertive sentence. So Don Gonzalo told Donna Laura that I becomes he, am becomes was. So I have told you all according to tenses they are changed. He was fond of good verses. He was fond of good verses. I composed some in my youth. Simple past tense is changed to past perfect tense. He continued that he had composed. He had composed some in his youth. So I am fond, I am becomes he was. Then I composed, simple past tense becomes past perfect tense. So he had composed. So assertive sentence. Then Donna Laura, it is a question. She asked now. So Laura asked Don Gonzalo, were they good ones? Were they good ones is a question beginning with helping verb. We have to use either if or whether. So Laura asked Don whether they had been good ones. Whether they had been good ones. So where is changed to had been. Interrogative sentence is changed to assertive sentence. They had been good ones. Then Gonzalo. Gonzalo. It is again asking question. So Gonzalo asked. This is simple present tense. We have to make it simple past. Why she asked. Why she asked him. Why him? Because me is changed to him. Why she asked him such a question. Such a question. Then Laura finally asked him not to be angry, not to be angry. It is imperative sentence. Just we have to use don't is changed to not to. So not to be angry. When you get conversations, you have to carefully observe kind of sentence, then tense, then questions, interrogative sentence, imperative, then you have to change accordingly. So the reported speech of this conversation. Don Gonzalo told Donna Laura that he was fond of good verses. He continued that he had composed some in his youth. Laura asked Don whether they had been good ones. Then Gonzalo asked why she asked him such a question. Laura finally asked him not to be angry. What are Western Ghats well known for? So what is it famous for? How many biodiversity hotspots are identified in the world? Name one of the states in which the Western Ghats lie. Where do the Western Ghats end? These 4 questions are related to this particular paragraph. Let's see. The Western Ghats are also known as the Sahyadri Hills. They are well known for their rich and unique assemblage of flora and fauna. Yes. The answer for question number 1. What are the Western Ghats well known for? See, they are well known for their rich and unique assemblage. Assemblage is nothing but mixture. Rich mixture of flora and fauna. So what is flora? Flora means plants and fauna means animals. So different kinds of plants and unique animals are found in that particular area. So Western Ghats are known for flora and fauna. If you write flora and fauna, you will get 1 mark. So please remember, the questions here demand not long answers. No, it is not required. You can just write a phrase. You can just write a word. You can just write a sentence. Let's see. On this board we have some different kind of expressions. So here we have number 1. So expressions commonly used for writing a dialogue. So what are the expressions? Let's see. Number 1, greeting. Very common one. If you meet anyone the first time, definitely you would start with good morning sir, good morning madam, good afternoon, good evening, hi, hello. So this is to begin a conversation. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Then you can use, if it is a friend, good morning. You can take his name. If it is a sir, principal, see you can, good morning sir, good morning madam, good morning Raju, good morning Radha, something like this. So good afternoon, hi, hello. Very informally you can start with hi and hello. Formally you can start with, now imagine you are talking to a principal. You cannot start saying hi, very informal. So you can, good morning sir. But to a friend who is close to you, you can say hi, hello, something like this. So good evening. These are the expressions used to begin a conversation as far as greeting is concerned. We have 3, a very beautiful idiom. In a soup, landslide victory in a full swing. Let us see what is in a soup means. In a soup means in a trouble. You are in some difficult situation. Whereas the second one, landslide victory, that means super majority. So normally it is used during elections, and the term comes from geology. The word landslide is taken from geology, where it is used like a landslide. It takes everything with its way. So, super majority you can say, a huge victory you can say, a huge victory you can say. Whereas in full swing means, it is in talk, it is in talk. So, it is in publicity, something like that. The election campaign in Umofia was dash. All knew that the honorable minister would have dash. Very simple it is. When there is election, normally what happens? People will be always talking about it. They will be always talking about the election, who will win, who will not win, who will get majority. So, that will be in talk, isn't it? So, when the election campaign in Umofia was in full swing. Here it comes in full swing. We have to write in full swing. The election campaign in Umofia was in full swing. All knew that the honorable minister would have a. Trouble cannot be a right word. In a soup means he would see. All people knew that, they were all very sure that the minister would have a landslide victory, that he will get a super majority in his elections. He will get a huge victory in his elections. So, the election campaign in Umofia was in full swing. All knew that honorable minister would have a landslide victory. This is how you have to clearly understand and fill in the right word. Let's see what is linkers. Linkers are the words that relate to one idea or a sentence of the text with another explicitly. They are used to compare, contrast, illustrate, define and summarize thoughts and develop a coherent paragraph. So, linkers are nothing but conjunctions, what we study as one of the parts of speech. Conjunctions, linkers. What they normally do is they join two sentences. They join two sentences. Like these linkers are linking me and you to understand the linkers. Isn't it? That's a good definition, I believe, right? Fine. Now, let's see the kinds or the linkers that we have studied. So, here you can see a variety of very beautiful linkers here. So, the first column says the purpose, what is it used for, and in the second column we have here the list of conjunctions, linkers. Now, see what is the function of each. If you want to add something, if you want addition, so you will use and, also, beside, moreover, similarly, and then what is more, such as, then, in addition to, next. These are the linkers which help you to add something to connect. Steps to be followed in letter writing. So, what are the steps to be followed? First one is from address, date, then after that the space, to address, sir, madam, you will write subject, then reference you will write, for example, how you came to know about the post, that is the reference, like I saw it in advertisement, Deccan Herald. So, there you will make a reference, your advertisement published in the Hindu, the Deccan Herald, the Vijayawadi, something like that. Then the body of the letter you will write. After that, this is ending salutation, thank you, yours faithfully, signature. Very important point here, no marks to be awarded for mere format. Understand this point. If you only just write from, to, then yours faithfully, no marks. For format, 2 marks. For content or the body of the letter or the text, you will get 3 marks. So, totally it is 5 marks. So, biodata can either be written separately or included in the body of the letter. We have welcome speech. We have how to introduce the guest, or it could be proposing vote of thanks, or it could be any topic. It could be any topic of given one, maybe on environment pollution, maybe on road safety week, maybe on demonetization, maybe your role as a student, some simple ones. But more importantly, these have been asked in the examination. So, how you will write welcome speech, how you will give an introduction of the guest, how you will propose vote of thanks. There are certain vocabulary, certain sentences that we need to. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to stand before you to welcome, extend red carpet welcome, cordial welcome, warm welcome. You can use these words. To the august gathering, a majestic gathering, you can use these words. So, how you will write welcome speech, we will discuss. How you will introduce the guest. Imagine you are the secretary of a school, or you have been given a responsibility to introduce the chief guest of some function. So, you will collect his details. It will be given in the question paper. His maybe his date of birth, place of birth, qualification, what is his designation, what are his awards and achievements will be given. So, that will be discussed and that will be taken care, and you will have to prepare a speech. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce a versatile personality, today's chief guest, Dr. Shri, whatever it is. Then you go on framing sentences that we will look into definitely. How you will propose vote of thanks. After everything gets over, how you will say thanks, how you will express your sense of gratitude, taking everyone into consideration. So, this is how speech writing tells you. The US Navy says it dash will use a new technology which enables it to use robotic patrol boats with no sailor on board. The technology is adapted from NASA's rover on Mars. This dash will transform the operation system of the US Navy. The admiral who dash was instrumental in introducing this technology was Matthew Clunder. Very simple one. Now, what is our job here is to identify what this it refers to, what this which refers to, what this refers to, then what this pronoun who refers to. Let us just read it once again. The US Navy says it dash will use. Who will use it? The US Navy will use it. So, it means nothing but US Navy. So, it stands for US Navy. So, it will use a new technology which enables, which, and there is a dash here after which. Now, we have to identify. We have to identify. So, what this which refers to? It will use, that is, US Navy will use a new technology which enables it to use. What enables? Technology enables.